So we've expanded our Tilos project to include a few more activities, all these cut and fills and different drainage and binding concrete. So we've got a detailed plan, a time plan, which is working for us. And now we're going to start to think about resources. So in the library, on the left-hand side of the Explorer, we've got a section called resources and costs. And these can be arranged hierarchically. You can have labour, different sorts of plants, materials for planning materials. And so we can take, as well as having financial values, so headings to collect money into and to allocate money from. So resources can cost so much per hour or day, and they can be collected into a cost center, and we can also directly assign from a cost center. So there's lots of structures. We have to create this in advance of using them, as you would be normal. And then if we take any activity on the program, and if we then look at the allocations plan tab, we can see where we've got a resource added. We can see how many people, how many men there are in this case, and what that means in terms of the man hours. And so we can also say what happens in various circumstances and how they behave. So we can make the number of men fixed and change the number of hours, or vice versa, as the duration might change. So we can allocate resources and costs to an activity of fixed costs or time-based costs. And then, of course, we can see them in different views. So we can see them in lists, of course. So we've got different sorts of lists that we can see them in. But if we look at a time distance diagram with an effort graph, so that's the number of man hours, we've got the same activity based view in the center, but on the right hand side of the chart on the time axis we've got a histogram where we're showing the number of man hours per month. So we can see that both per month and also cumulatively. We can see that as numerical value, and we can see that right line rising, so we can see which are our busier months for effort. And on the right hand side also we've got another ribbon of color which shows us the number of a single resource that we've singled out to look at, and we can see how many we need at various times. So we can see we need 8 of these guys through this particular range of the project, and we can change this color code as appropriate. So you've got very good resource capability in Tilos. Uniquely, we can also show on the distance axis, in this case every 250 meters, the number of man hours effort required to build that section of the road. So we can see that in fact the section at 1.25 kilometers is the most labor intensive effort of the whole scheme. So that's where we can use resources. As I said, resources can be charged out at a certain rate. It can cost a certain amount of money, but also we can just allocate a sum of money, say from a subcontractor who's going to carry out the work. So if I double click on this view and open this view, it's a similar arrangement. On the right hand side I've got a time graph showing me how much money we're likely to be claiming every month. So this is a plot of our future valuations. So we can see that in December of this year, of 2018, we'll be looking to enter a bill of 447,000, and the whole job is going to cost 914,000 on this 5 kilometer stretch of road, which seems a very good deal. And again, if we wanted to, we can see what the cost would be on the distance axis. So again, that most expensive section is at 1.5 kilometers, so very slightly more expensive than the 1.25. So some great unique aspects that are useful to see the impact of time and cost on the plan, and maybe that will affect your phasing of the plan to accommodate a fixed number of people or a spending limit. So Tilos can definitely help in the use of resource and costs on the program.